What's up, and welcome back to part 2 of Hidden Agenda. I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to getting back into the story to see what's going on. So without further ado, thank you for joining me, and here we go.
Thank you so much for seeing me so quickly.
Felicity Graves,
Betty
County
already
Courthouse.
filled me in on this whole Adam Jones business.
Well, it's been 3 hours.
Yes, sir. I just spoke with Mr. Finn.
Now, in my experience, you light a candle under a man's ass, you can fly a balloon out of his mouth.
Sir?
Are you buying his story?
I have doubts, but some of the things... I'm curious, let's just say that.
The timing is certainly convenient, but I think he's telling the truth. Or at least some version of it. So far it adds up.
Has anyone spoken to Jones?
He's been presumed dead for years.
That's quite a stretch, don't you think? Well, even if Jones exists, how can you be sure Finn can track him down?
I don't know, but we won't know unless we try.
There's no way to know unless we try, sir.
You're full of surprises, Miss Graves. Well, if you were in my position, what would you do?
I don't know, man. He could help us, maybe he can't help us. Either way. I'm leaning towards uncertain. Let's go with it.
I don't think it's my place to make that kind of decision, sir.
I'm sorry, Miss Graves, but Finn has gotten into your head once and he's doing
Oh, come on.
He's clearly a desperate man, just dredging up anything he can from his past to delay the inevitable. There's just not enough here for me to take any action. Finn stays put. The execution will go on as planned.
Hey, Lana.
No go, huh?
Yeah, Van Stone's mind's made up.
All right. There's one more thing you can do for me.
I feel like you're running out of favors here.
The police and homicide won't talk to me. They think I'm just as bad as my clients. But they'll talk to you.
I don't know. I'm not sure Homicide will talk to me either.
It's over in a couple hours either way. For Finn.
God damn it. Fine. I'll let you know how it goes. And I need a raise.
Then you should have gone into corporate law. Don't you know that crime doesn't pay?
Yeah.
Maybe I should have pressured the judge a little bit more. I totally feel like that would have been the path to go, but at the same time, it's like I feel like we didn't have a lot of information to go on, and at the end of the day, it really was the judge's decision. All right, 43 hours until the lethal injection.
Sounds like a load of fresh horse manure. Case is airtight. We caught him in the act, for Christ's sake. You want to tell me why, exactly, we should be listening to that scumbag?
Yeah, man's about to die, tool.
I'm sorry to spring this on you. We all want the same thing. A man is about to be put to death, and we need to make sure he deserves it.
Oh, Jonathan Finn deserves it. Of that I am sure.
Who exactly was Adam Jones? Did he come up at all during the investigation?
Uh-huh. There was an Adam Jones at the orphanage. But you know what? Sorry fucker was killed in the fire that shut the place down. So the story kind of ends there.
Finn's got impeccable timing. You don't think he's full of it?
Well, I'm just covering every possibility.
I'm just covering every possibility. But yeah, I think he's lying. I just don't know how much. Finn tells me Rominsky had a secret room at the orphanage. Called it the playroom. It's where
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
held his
Not gonna lie.
extracurricular activities. Does that sound familiar?
I'd remember something like that. That didn't come out in the report.
I was wondering, Mr. Hillary, so when you analyzed the bodies of the Trapper's victims, did you find anything that might suggest there could be another suspect?
Gosh, that was 5 years ago. I don't think so.
So no reason to suspect anyone but Finn?
I do recall only, submitting a partial analysis of the evidence because Mr. Finn Confessed, so it seemed open and shut.
So there was more evidence left to analyze.
Well, yeah, trace signatures.
Do you have access to all that data?
Now just hold on a goddamn second. This case is closed. Finn had motive. He went through hell at Las Palmas. He hated the police. We even found his hair at another crime scene.
The RV park, right? That was the social worker? And, Detective Marnie, would you mind walking me through that night again?
I'll walk you through it in 2 words. Missed opportunity. Could have had Finn in handcuffs right then and there.
What a jerk. I kind of want to be a little hostile.
I didn't ask for a running commentary, Calvary. I think the record is clear. Detective Marnie showed extreme bravery in a difficult situation. If
Exactly.
you don't mind, I'd like to hear what happened from you. At least you were actually there.
Sure. Catherine Hope was a social worker at Las Palmas Orphanage. We didn't know Finn had her. We got a 10-8 at Hog Haven Trailer Park out by the highway. A break-in in progress. I was closest to the scene, so I went solo. Should have been a piece of cake, but that night everyone was on pins and needles because the trapper was raising Cain. And any one of us could have been next.
5 years ago, 3 weeks prior to Finn's arrest. I love how it starts out black and white and then slowly fades into color. Ooh, here we go. We're presented with some more choices. Let's search the area. Games like this are so stressful to me. I think they're super cool, but at the same time, it's like it's got you questioning every decision you make. Just like real life. Oh my goodness. Why is it always dark and rainy? Just like 7. What's happening?
This is 609 on the CFBIP. Open exit on the highway. No perp. Gonna make an entry to the trailer.
609 acknowledged. Caution advised.
It's crazy how good the graphics are in this game. I think, especially the facial design, I think they've vastly improved even since they released Until Dawn. I mean, it's crazy.
Search for the clues shown at the top of the screen. Use your pointer to highlight the clues before the timer runs out.
What? Why do we need a
Some
timer?
of these clues could help you in the future, so try to find them all.
What? Okay. Alright, there's one. There's 2. Oh, come on. I found bomb-making equipment. That's definitely a good clue. And wire cutters. I really wish I could have found the 3rd clue, but kind of suspicious. That kitchen reminds me of the kitchen on The Last of Us. What's happening? Oh! That's a Friday night gone bad.
Help me. Please.
Okay. Just keep quiet. Who did this to you?
I was in the bar. I don't know. I woke up here. Oh God, please help me, please. What's happening?
Better think fast. Grab those wire cutters we just found. Well, yeah, let's help the victim.
Okay, I'm gonna remove the timer. Oh, crap.
Oh, God! Oh, my God, get me out of there!
Shh, calm down, please.
Grab the wire cutters, yeah!
Hurry!
Whoa! Just in the nick of time. That's awesome. I want to pause the game real quick. So that's cool. It did mention that finding clues can help you. So I'm guessing if I hadn't found those wire cutters, I probably wouldn't have been able to help her. I don't know what would have happened because I would think that she wouldn't have died there because that was in the past. Interesting. Oh well, back to it.
Well, at least we only had one casualty that night.
Not that it did a lot of good. Social worker was killed in a hit and run a few weeks later.
It wasn't the kind of thing I'm eager to repeat.
Finn must have seen you coming. Cut out before finishing the job.
Yeah, split so quick he left his gear behind.
Yeah, how did he get away?
How did Finn get away?
I tried to lock down the perimeter, but Finn was long gone by the time backup arrived.
So how did you link Finn to the scene?
I discovered them as the Finn had left a hair at the scene. We ran the DNA through our criminal database, and he came up as the
I don't
match.
like this guy.
He was already in
He's
the system.
creepy.
Finn had been in and out of the station so many times he practically had a door with his name on it. When we got the tip that he'd been spotted at a squat, we just happened to be driving by.
Shit just seems to fall in your lap, Detective.
At least I caught him, dick.
Uh-oh. Mama Bear's got a temper. Watch out.
Well, Calvary is a total tranche. All right, let's try to work together.
Okay,
Not that
let's
it's gonna
ease up
help.
on the pissing contest, all right? Let's at least try to pretend to work together.
The Trapper case shook everyone up. I think we've poured enough salt on all our own wounds for one night.
Sergeant.
I think that
Exactly.
about covers it. Or anything else we can help you with?
Yeah, actually, bro, there is. There's less than 48 hours before a guy dies, and something just doesn't add up about it, so...
Do you have Adam Jones's forensics records on file?
Well, not from his death.
Were there samples taken when he was placed in the orphanage?
Yes, most likely.
Would it be possible to pull those records and run them against evidence found at the Trapper's crime scene?
Are you shitting me? You're wasting the time of this entire division, you understand? I got a better idea. We let that psycho die on the table.
Calvary, stop. We'll have Mr. Hillary look into it. Let you know if we find anything.
Thank you.
I'd totally have Calvary put on probation. He's kind of a loose cannon.
Hey, Graves.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that,
Calvary's a dick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You were really helpful.
Oh, are we hanging out?
Oh, hey, what are you doing tonight?
What?
I've got a huge stack of files at my apartment. Not gonna be able to get through it on my own.
Okay, sure. I can help you with that.
Perfect. Call me.
That's interesting that that was a ripple effect. And she's got a weird smile on her face. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Meanwhile, at Graves'
A rat
residence, 36 hours until
Found
Finn's
one at each of his
execution.
crime scenes. Some kind of messed up calling card.
I had no idea.
We managed to keep it out of the press. Target number 1, Rupert Walsh, the Undertaker. After he killed him, the Trapper rigged a shotgun to the motel door, and the officer who got the call took it in the chest. Simple, but messy. Not a guarantee he killed the responder.
Was there anything more on the victim? I mean, he's the only one without a connection to Las Palmas, just a local gin hound.
Finn called it a dry run with a wet noodle. I guess that was his idea of some kind of sick joke. But then again, if he's not the trapper, God damn it. This case is just the gift that keeps on giving.
Ricky, do you want to take a break?
Do I look tired? Yeah, it's been hard sleeping.
I'm sorry, it's just, this was all ancient history. And staring at these files again, Finn's execution coming up, I don't know, it's been hard to sleep with this shit just running through my head.
Well, the good news is it'll all be over before you know it.
Yeah, thanks a lot for rehashing old wounds, Felicity.
Second target, nasty piece of work.
Oh, this is the one that would beat the kids till you couldn't recognize them.
LeMay. Orderly at Las Palmas. A couple years before the orphanage, narcotics had a file on him a mile wide.
But they couldn't get anything to stick.
Slippery son of a bitch. The trapper left his body in a pitch black room, rigged a light fixture with C4. The cop who showed up flipped the light switch and let there be light.
He's definitely elevating here. I mean, his first real kill, more sophisticated, but he wasn't satisfied.
Third target, Father Rominsky, leader of the pack. Chaplain at Las Palmas and the man behind the abuse.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. The trapper knocked him out, cut him open, and rigged him up with explosives to blow if he moved. We got a tape of the whole thing a few days later. The sick fucker made Rominsky kneel in prayer for hours, confessing his sins. When he got what he wanted, he called Sergeant Teller.
Did you know the other two cops?
That was my precinct.
So, all three of them, and you, a first responder in the botched attempt, all from the 3rd precinct?
The murders were in our district.
How well did you know the other two? I mean, how well did you know the other first responders?
Enough to know that I didn't like them much. I got out of there as soon as possible.
What if the first victims in each incident were just a smokescreen, and the real target was the 3rd precinct?
Interesting. That's exactly the word I was going to use.
Interesting.
Yeah?
These 3 cops, they weren't exactly best of the boys in blue.
How so?
3rd precinct had problems. Of chemical variety.
They were using?
Yeah, and then some.
I'm surprised this never came up in the investigation.
I'm not. Anyways, you might have something.
What's up with you and Calvary?
No, there's a guy who's got it coming.
You couldn't even cut that tension with a chainsaw.
This one's a tough choice because he totally has a stake up his butt, but at the same time... Yeah, let's talk about the evidence. They've brought that up several times.
All I ever wanted was to get out of this shithole and join the FBI. As soon as I finally grow the stones to apply for training, guess what that piece of shit does?
No.
Yeah, Calvary just had to stick his nose in it.
What did he do?
He says that I misplaced evidence.
Ouch.
And now there's even a full-blown inquiry. Even when they come up with nothing, it's still an inquiry. It means not above suspicion, and the FBI doesn't want people who are not above suspicion.
That's some hard luck, Becky.
Hard luck. My father was a hero in the department. My first week on the beat, he eats his gun. That's hard luck. You haven't heard the things that they say about me. Every time I walk into a room, I can feel it. I'm a joke to half of these people.
No, I'm sure that's not true, Becky.
There's no use in denying it. I'm supposed to be crazy, right? Like father, like daughter.
Becky, you're a good cop. Okay, I'm sure everything's going to work out.
Yeah, I wish I could believe that.
And once again, I'm going to end the video right here. I found myself pretty much fixed on the story. I felt like I was watching a movie, like watching Seven or something. It was super intense. I didn't even feel like I was playing a game. I'm really enjoying the story so far, and I'm excited to see what other things we'll uncover. This is pretty crazy. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me. And definitely be sure to tune back for part 3 of Hidden Agenda, and I'll see you then.